For this question in probability, it's a very typical one where there are some algebra involved. And if you read the question, this is a bit like a before and after question. So you started off with some quantity and you're going to remove some quantity. So before you remove and after you remove, of course, sometimes we can add quantity as well. So whatever is it, always consider the before and after situation. And then which is the probability that they are exploring. Okay, so we started off with 24 balls, and out of which X are red and the rest are blue. So before you do anything, okay, before anything happen, the quantity for red is 24, and then the quantity for blue will be 24 minus, the quantity for red is X. The quantity for blue will be 24 minus X. When you explore what happened before you do anything, you also explore the total. So just from this column alone, I can be finding the probability of red before anything happened, or I can be finding the probability of blue. So apparently now, in this case, I would like to find, later on, I will need to use the probability of blue. Okay, so let's consider the before and after first. So you're going to remove 4 balls. So for the red color, it stays the same. However, for the blue color ball, because you're going to subtract 4, you are actually left with 20 minus X. And of course, because from the total, you are taking out 4. So your total is also left with fewer ball. So think about this before and after. Okay, now the trick will be, after we remove, the probability of getting a blue ball is decreased by a certain amount. So a decrease by a certain amount is actually different from decrease to a certain amount. So when you say decrease by a certain amount, that means, right, if you compare the before and after, there is a difference of 1/12. So when the probability is decreased by this amount, that means that is the difference between the before and after. That means the after probability is actually lower. So if you would like to, subsequently later on, we got to find X. So we need to compare the before and after. But in part A, we are asked for the probability of blue in the case of after you remove the 4 blue ball. So after the removal, this is the quantity that you're left with over a total of 20. So that will be the probability. Okay, so in this question, we are exploring the difference. So the probability of getting a blue ball is decreased by this quantity. So this 1/12 is the difference. So in order to get the difference, you need to get the original probability of getting a blue ball. So the original one will be this over this. So this is the higher probability because subsequently, after you remove, the probability becomes smaller by 1/12. So the algebra that you should set up will be the probability before minus the probability after is 1/12. So it looks like quite a huge algebra involved because you actually need to make same denominator. You need to make same denominator, then subsequently cross multiply. So I will not show the full working. Okay, execute this idea. So make same denominator, cross multiply, and you should be able to find your X to be 30. So the trick will be whether you notice the word is decreased by this amount or decreased to this amount. If it's decreased to 1/12, that means this whole thing is just 1/12. But if it's decreased by a certain amount, that means that is the difference between the before and after. So the setup will be quite different just by a difference in one word, decreased by or decreased to. So do take note of the phrasing. So make sure you really read.